welcome back to the channel. Today I'm doing a lot of stuff. First of all, we're moving the tractor. Gonna go down to the bottom of the driveway, actually in Corey's yard. We're gonna get my truck, bring it up. Granny's having some trees being cut. I gotta go to the farmer's market. It's a lot of stuff. Right, Dad?
Right, whatever you said.
And I thought I would just film and take everybody with us because this is something I'm doing. So you wanna see it, don't ya? Wow. This man is pretty high up in this tree here. Granny's having some trees cut here that are precariously close to the house, and we really just allowed them to get too big, so we're having somebody do something about that. And this young man has squirreled all over the place. He's done a fantastic job. He actually has a little handsaw up there that he's sawing some of those limbs with, and then you can see his chainsaw hanging too. I think, if I'm not mistaken, he may be somebody that we went to school with. Like, he would have been several grades below us. I'm not sure. It's hard to know who these people are when they grow up, but I wish I could have got it on film, and he may do more of it today. I'm not sure, but yesterday he was kind of over in this area working, and he was like squirreling. And what I mean by squirreling, he would get up in the top of one tree to top it, and he would jump over to another tree to top it while he was up there, so he wouldn't have to climb it too. And it was really rather amazing to watch. Pretty cool. Yesterday, Mama went out to feed the chickens, and when she come back by the house, she said, whoa, wait a minute. And Dad was actually down here. He's been with the guys cutting the trees, because sometimes they have questions. Hey, can we fall the tree here? Hey, what do you want to do? We ended up keeping some of their chipper pile too for our garden. But anyway, she called Dad up there, and Dad come running in the house, and I said, what is going on? And Mama said, well, I saw a snake, and I'm pretty sure it's not a copperhead, but it could be a copperhead. And it was. And it was right outside my bedroom window, and it's in a place where the boys play frequently. So we dispatched the snake. And that will not be one that bothers our chickens, bothers my cat, more importantly, bothers our children. So there's that. And here is our chipper pile, our wood chips. We'll be able to use those. My truck was sitting at Granny's. We moved it for the tree cutting. Then it was sitting where the wood chip pile was. We had to move that. We moved it again to get it out of the way there. And I'm gonna get it and bring it up the hill because I have to go to the farmer's market, and I'm thinking about driving it because I never drive it and it needs to be drove. But before I can even consider doing that, I need to probably hose it off because I can't even see out the windshield. It's so thick with pollen and garbage. I mean, can't even drive it without being like, hey, what's going on the highway? So Dad said he would bring it up there and we would pressure wash it, so I thought I'd come down here with him. Looks like we're dumping another pile of chips, and this is literally how disgusting my windshield is, that you can't even see out it to see what the truck is doing. It was really rather generous of Dad to say that we would pressure wash it. I was just gonna like get me a rag, get me some soap, and just kind of, you know, not do all that good of a job because I'm always crunched for time. But Dad is sweet to say that we'll just pressure wash it instead.
The question is the pressure washer where I can get to it?
Yes, it is. It is where we'll be able to easily get to it. I really just feel like, you know, I told Dad, I was like, I really just feel like I would take better care of my truck if I could. And it's not that I like take terrible care of it. It's not that, because we are going to pressure wash it, you know. It's just one of those things. I think as Ira gets bigger, I'll be able to do a little more with it, but for now I'm glad that I've got it, and it's really rather sound. I think it's just probably a little bit of body work and stuff I'd like to do, but I will get there. Yeah, y'all, that's nasty. It's been sitting under some pine trees, as you can see there. Dad says it's time for me to learn how the pressure washer works so that I could do it too.
You just
So
need to know how to hook it up and
okay.
all that stuff.
So this is the water hose we got, correct?
Water hose, and it goes right there.
Okay. Because this is what's going to give us water, correct?
This is the pump.
Right.
You got to feed the pump with water, and then when you crank it, the engine, all the engine does is run the pump.
Right.
That's all it
Okay.
does.
Okay.
And this is the wand. And it screws on right there.
Okay. To the other part of the pump.
And see, it's got a little O-ring seal.
Okay.
A little male end with a O-ring on it.
Now, with the pressure washer, you don't need no soap or nothing because it's just the sheer pressure that's
Well,
going to
you
knock the
can-
crap off there?
There's so much stuck on scum on there. We're going to blow it off first, and then you could go back and soap it if you wanted to.
Okay.
I think this is actually if you had soap, you could put a bucket and with soap in it and stick that down in the bucket, and it would siphon it into that hose wand, and you could blow soap too.
Okay.
I've never done it, but that's what it's for.
That's interesting.
We might try it and see if it works here in a little while,
Okay.
if you want.
That
And you
sounds
just
good.
Choke it like any other engine and get it fired, and then turn the choke off.
Okay.
And then you make sure your fuel is on. That down there is fuel, on's that way, choke is this way.
It is definitely looking better than it was. I will have to admit that running that pressure washer is a little harder than what you think. Of course, it's the pressure of the water is pushing you back, and so you have to push against it. I've run it for a little while, and then I kind of got tired. And Dad said, well, here, just let me take over. So he's almost done. It didn't really take much, and I would like to get some soapy water after it and do some real scrubbing, but I'm afraid I just don't have time before I've got to go to the farmer's market. I'm picking something up there, and I got to be there like soon, so I'm not gonna have time to get the soap out after it. While I was back here in this part of the yard, I thought I would show you some of my flowers. This poppy bloomed just this morning. Isn't that beautiful? That is so sweet. And so that poppy is kind of different. It's what I would almost refer to as leggy. That stem is long and skinny. And then we have these poppies. These kind of got rained on, so they're a little lackluster. I'll show you some of the same kind of poppy over here that's a little brighter. That one is really beautiful. Even this one, you know, it doesn't take long for them to become lackluster. They're really beautiful, really the first, I don't know, 10 or 12 hours that they're bloomed, and then after that they kind of start to fade because they're such a delicate flower. You can see that one is losing its petals. This one is really pretty. These poppies are very prolific. We've got some cosmos mixed in here too, and they reseed themselves. I grew them here the year that Miss Cindy passed away, and ever since then they just come back. All of the seeds, for those of you who've had poppies, you know, all the seeds are in here, and when the plant dies and dries, these will become, of course, brown and really hard, and it's easy to just kind of pop a little hole with your hand in the side of this and just take it and shake it like a salt and pepper shaker, and that will disperse seeds for the next year. You don't really have to do that. If you just leave it on its own, that will naturally happen, and then you will have the reseeding for your plant there. The bees absolutely, and the butterflies for that matter, love those poppies. It's something very different for them, I'm sure. Poppies do really good in dry, arid kind of places, a good well-drained soil, and that is by no means this area. It's just not the growing region that we live in, but it's certainly not been the case for the last, well, I don't know, this entire spring. It's been very rainy, but I will say that that variety of poppies must be very hardy, because even with all of the extremely wet weather that we've had, they've still done really well. They've flourished. I'm ready to go now, and Dad asked if he could come along, and I said sure. 1 is fun, but 2 is a party, so come along. I don't think he's ever been to the Brasstown Farmers Market. It's very quaint. It's small. It's not like a gigantic thing. It's a sweet little community that they have going on, and so I think he'll enjoy coming along with me. I've got my bag here of packages too. Mom wants me to go by the post office while I'm there. It's literally right next to the farmer's market, so that's a convenient stop. We'll check to see if we have any packages, and yeah, we'll be ready to go. Ready to have just the funnest time you've ever had?
Yeah, I might have to strip off naked. It's gonna be hot in that thing.
Oh my Lord. You think I'm gonna edit that out, but that'll make it into this video. Yeah, I don't have any air conditioning in this truck, so get your side vent windows going. That's what you got here.
I'll hang my head out the window like a Bluetooth.
Yeah, okay. Off we go. Windshield definitely looks better.
Yeah, but it needs to get clean. The whole truck does. It just got the crust off.
Yeah, you're right. It did just get the crust off. I was saying I just didn't really have time to get the soap after it like I need to, but I will at some point.
Hopefully it cranks back.
Do you have hesitations about it?
Nah, maybe it will. If it don't, I think I can make it crank.
Nah, I think it'll probably crank back.
Although the only tool I have is a Leatherman, so maybe if I have to, I can dismantle the whole thing, put it back together on the way home.
With that?
Yeah. Got some semblance.
But she... All important water before we go over here. I didn't get no sip of my water, but that's okay.
Make sure we got.
Right here. All right, I got what I came for. I didn't really walk around the farmer's market. You know, I always get here kind of late. By the time I get here to meet the person to get what I'm getting, it's kind of almost over. Have you been today? Been busy?
No, it's been pretty good today.
Pretty slow, huh?
Yeah.
Nobody's been stampeding the post office?
Well, I had one yesterday. Stampede the post office.
All right, now it's Katie's turn to go for a spin. Dad said it's lunchtime. Yeah, I'm kind of hungry. I know what we're gonna have. What's your plan for lunch, Dad?
Well, first I've got to see if I survive to get lunch.
I'm not that
And
bad
then if
of
I
a driver.
do, then I ain't sure. Good my way.
We did indeed make it back home, and Dad said that I didn't kill us, so I got style points and that it was a fun ride. And I got some of this, like, it says 3, I don't know if that, yeah, it does say 3M. It's kind of like a double-sided sticky command stuff. You can hang stuff on the wall. I ordered some of that because we stopped by the mailbox, so I opened my package to see what was in it, and it's my double-sided sticky tape. Me and Ira are outside now. He was awake from his nap when we got home from the farmer's market, and Mama had him out here, and I was looking at all of these blackberries up here. They're gonna be ripe soon. They're nice and red and plump. It's probably all that rain we've had. Hopefully that means soon these will be black and we will be ready to eat them, or maybe make a pie or something out of them. Blackberry pie, that sounds really good. Dad opened his package too. He had got something in the mailbox, and I asked him what was in there. And I thought he could show us. I thought it might be fun. What is that?
Tent stakes.
Oh, that's
For
cool.
camping, they're basically just for, I got them just to use to stake a tarp down.
Cool.
Got a dozen of those, and then a couple of titanium spoons.
That's cool.
And they're
Yeah.
long. If you eat like a Mountain House meal or something, you can get down in the bag without having to get your hand down in there and getting it all dirty.
I see, or something that was really hot. Yeah, if you had a taller container. Cool, Ira likes them.
So that's why I bought them long like that, is just for eating out of those bags.
Cool. Ira sees that he loves the spoon. He thinks that means food, which it does. He's very smart, and he also loves those orange bags. You want an orange bag to play with? Hmm? Yeah, that's cool, huh? Me and Ira and Dad, Mom, we all ate lunch, and it's a little bit later. I'm wanting to walk down and see how the tree cutting is going at Granny's house. Hopefully it's coming along nicely. It looks like the log cutting's going great, or the tree cutting, whatever you want to call it. I really admire those folks who can do that, because that is just a really, really dangerous line of work. It's a very hard line of work. So I'm thankful to the men and women who work the hard jobs, so those of us who need them done don't have to. And it looks like the chip pile I should say, is growing. It's getting bigger. You can see there where Dad's been pushing it with his tractor to try to keep it all in one pile, keep it out of the corn. I thought while Ira was napping, I left a pile of rocks. I left 2 small piles of rocks down here, I don't know, last week or whenever. Rocks that I wanted to take back up. Some of them I wanted to cut, and then some of them I wanted to make like the creek rock necklaces that I make out of. And I left them by the creek, so I thought I was gonna come and try to retrieve them. It's a beautiful day, so I will look for any excuse to come to the creek. I'd come down just to check on the trees, because it's so fun to see the progress, you know. You go, and then a little while later, there'll be other trees down, and sometimes you get to see them in the top of the tree. And so I was like, well, while I was already out having fun checking on the trees, I thought I would come look at the creek, because, you know, I'm close enough and actually have a mission this time, you know, to retrieve the rocks that I left here. Come in here to get these rocks, and the camera, it's not gonna do great in here because it's pretty low lighting. The sun is it's not setting, but it's kind of sinking down over the hill, so it's not really in this part of the woods anymore. It's not maybe as bad as what I thought it would be as far as video quality goes. Here is my little pile of rocks. Ones I just wanted to keep that I thought I could do something with. I thought maybe I could cut that one and polish it. Thought I might do something, you know, some of these, this kind of material, I'm not gonna be able to polish it. It'll fall apart, but I can kind of make the top level and then make a necklace out of it. And then I seal this rock to make it somewhat shiny, but also strong. I probably should have brought like a bag or something. I don't know if I'll be taking all of these at one time. Of course, I could put them in my pockets, I guess. All right, there's one pocket full. All right, and there's some in the other pocket. Thought this was an interesting rock. It's a rather large rock. I think it got washed up with all that rain we had about a month ago. So the next pile of rocks is right down here, but it's right next to the deer alarms that we have at the garden, and so I know they're gonna go off, which is annoying. So hopefully if I walk down to the creek and then stand still for a minute, they'll quit going off, so it won't be annoying for the video. The alarm finally went off. These I think I just got the other day. These are kind of good shapes for making a setting that kind of goes on the top. I was probably thinking the same thing about that one. I may shorten it. I don't know if I picked that one up. And then these are just two that I thought had a nice pattern that I thought I might cut. And this one's cool because it's got those notches in it. And then this one has got kind of the same notches. I thought that was interesting. These are the two that I set there. I thought I would show you. This one is probably not as exciting as what I remember, but this one is pretty cool. It's got a cool little pattern going on in it, so I'll definitely take this one. And while I was here washing that off, I saw this little piece. That's pretty. I also saw this little guy. I don't know if you can see him. He's really rather cute. There's another little guy right there, kind of on that leaf. This must be the time for the little baby salamanders to be hatching, or however they come to be, because I've seen quite a few of them since I've been down here. I'm on my way with the rocks in my pocket back up the hill. And earlier, Dad actually pressure washed the other cars, the 4Runner and my car. So they look a lot better. They both really needed it while we headed out for the truck. Washing it, I guess he decided to do the other cars too. You can see how much better my car looks. It's all shiny. That one looks better too. It is now supper time. I ate some of my supper, pretty much ate everything. Dad ate, Ira's still in his high chair, he's finishing up. And it's been a pretty good day. We got a lot of different stuff done. Got our cars pressure washed, thanks to Dad for that. Got to go to the farmer's market, drive the truck, that was fun. Hung out, you know, different times of the day and looked at the tree cut, and I can still hear them. They must be winding down for the day. And I think I'm probably gonna finish off the rest of my day here with a little bit of ice cream. That's not something I do a whole lot of. I just am not, I'm thinking I probably got food on my face. I don't know, I'm just not like huge about ice cream, but I am gonna have a little bit. This is some ice cream that I got from Azure. It's actually pretty good. I've ate on it for a little while. It's lasted me a while. I can just only do a few scoops here and there. It's somehow just like so rich, it's too much for me. Ira's acting like he wants ice cream treat, but this is good. I guess I'll get me a little bit of it, a few scoops. I think I'm gonna sit out here and enjoy a little bit of my ice cream under the shade tree here. It really is good. My teeth are sensitive to cold, so I kind of got to eat it slow. They're still working, it sounds like. It's 5:30-ish. They may just be trying to get done for the day, or maybe they're going to work till 6. I'm not really sure. Well, I hope that you enjoyed coming along for this video. One thing I did want to mention, maybe if I stand up, you'll be able to see it. This is a t-shirt that I ordered. It's a Roots and Refuge t-shirt. If you don't know who that is, Jess, her channel is Roots and Refuge here on YouTube. I can put a link in the description below. I love her channel. I love what she does. And she mentioned for her merch, she uses this company called Fourth, like the number 4, Fourth Wall. And so I really like her, and I thought, well, I'll order a t-shirt and I'll kind of test out that company, Fourth Wall, and see what their customer service is like and what their shipping time is like. Corey and I wanted to try out this company called Spring Tea. Like we were just gonna want to do, maybe start with just like a little bit of merch and like see how it went. But I was just like terribly dissatisfied with Spring Tea. I ordered some stuff from them as like a sample and it never got here, and I know a few of you told me the same thing. Now, we never announced, like we never made an announcement about us having merch. I just linked it to our YouTube channel, and over on the side, like where you see like playlist, community, blah, 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 there's a little tab that says store. And so when I made the Spring Tea shop, it linked there, and we never like said anything about it, but I know a few of you found it and bought a few things, and I know some people have had some trouble with that. A few people have emailed us and said like my stuff never got here, what do I do? And yeah, it's just a total nightmare. So if you're one of those people, shoot us an email and we're going to try to figure it out. Our email's down in the description below too. So I ordered the shirt to support her. It's a nice shirt, but also to see about Fourth Wall, and their shipping time was amazing. Like it shipped very quickly, got here very quickly. And I'm wondering if that could be a new lead for us as far as merch goes. If we wanted to do something like that, if we wanted to have a few t-shirts, something simple, if that could be, you know, the company that we're going to choose to work with. I don't know. We'll keep you updated on that if that's something that we're going to do. And I guess I will just, because it's just me here, I guess I will just leave you here. Thanks for coming along with us. God bless you. God keep you. And we will certainly catch you at the next video. I'm going to go eat the rest of my ice cream before it melts.